Guys, after a year and a half of waiting, he's finally here. Once again, let us experience the might, the muscle, the menace of Monster. Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. I wasn't really planning on picking up this Wave 2 Silverhawks Ultimate's pre-transformation monster figure just yet. I was waiting on the Wave 1 fully armored version instead, but somehow as it turns out, Wave 1's been delayed, we're getting Wave 2 instead, and this is just one of those most highly anticipated action figure lines among fans out there. I've been waiting so long as well to see something from this line, so I just figured, you know what, screw it, let me just grab this monster first. The slipcover for the packaging box is fully chromed out. There's more chrome here than you'd get on most action figures, okay? Great illustration of Monster's armored head in front. On the back, you get the Silverhawks title font embossed on the chrome. Super nice. On the top, the Ultimates branding also embossed. It's like chromium and embossments. It's like a comic book cover, man. The front of the interior box holding the figure is a massive window box. You get the title of Monster, Limbo, Mob, Kingpin. The bottom of the box has all these cardboard flaps folded into weird directions, so I would recommend opening it up from the top instead. Now on the back, there's a shot of Monster taken straight from the animation, and it's all presented on a super shiny backdrop. You get a character biodata and description. Just pause the screen right now so you can read his entire frightful origin. Whatever doubts I had about picking up this figure have been blasted straight into limbo space. This is without a doubt not only a supremely magnificent representation of Monster in his flesh and blood form, but also one of the best action figure translations of an 80s cartoon character. Super 7 gets a lot of negative feedback on delays, sculpt issues, and blah blah, but seriously, when these guys deliver, you're just rendered speechless. Everything about the sculpt from top to bottom, front and back is working hard to earn your 55 bucks. The head sculpt is astonishingly good. This expression captures him in a calm and relaxed mood, presumably before exploding into violence. Now you do get head movement, but it is somewhat limiting at times as the head is as big as a boulder. That's right, okay? Spin it around, it's like a boulder with billowing long hair all around. The hair sculpting is good, and I appreciate the fact that the sculpted hair on his goatee and all around his face is made out of softer rubber-like material to allow the head to be posed about. Now there was only one other sculpt of a pre-transformed Monster head before this, the one that Kenner put out in 1987. But the sculpt on that was just bullshit. Okay, one of the things I hated the most with that classic Monster figure, but it is really just there because of the action gimmick. Squeezing his legs together will reveal his terrifying, fully armored head. Elsewhere on the figure, articulation is pretty standard. It may frustrate you that the ball-jointed shoulders do not go all the way up. You may have seen this on other figures as well, and you do have to manipulate it somewhat if you want to get the arm fully raised to the side like this. Now, you also get more useful articulation points like an elbow bend, a bicep swivel, and a full turn at the wrist. Okay, this is great. All of the joints feel very sturdy, nothing feels loose or anything like that. He also gets movement here at the chest and also at the waist area, as much movement as can be expected and not like some crazy turns or anything like that. But yeah, he just moves from side to side like that. His loincloth is made out of flexible rubbery material, and you get really good ball joints here at the hips. He also bends at the knee and further below at the ankle. Now all this is great because you do need to get him in a seated position. As you know, Monster has a throne accessory that's sold separately in this wave. The throne is nice but comes in at 44 bucks for something that just literally sits there, okay? Alright, yeah, so it's a bit on the pricey side. Hobby stores here in Malaysia didn't really bring that in, but I'll probably get around to getting it later. Anyway, you can see how Monster can achieve a good seated position with his legs and knees bent like this, right? Okay, the set comes with a ton of hands. With these multiple hands, you can have Monster pointing with authority, shaking his fists with rage, gripping onto things. Although the set comes with no handheld weapons, but maybe he'll have something to grip onto in the future, clawing at you with intense fury. And finally, comforting and caring for baby Sky Shadow. Sky Shadow is of course Monster's companion creature, and here he gets presented in flesh and blood form as a super cute baby dragon. Okay, he has a joint at the neck and also on both wings, There's no movement at the tail. But basically, this is a really great creature companion inclusion. It could have just been a solid sculpted piece. So I'm surprised that they actually gave him some articulation. However, you do also get Sky Shadow in his fully transformed cyborg mode. Here, he appears to be taking a nap. Okay, his eyes are closed. He's got his wings fully covering him up like he's in a blanket of sorts. Yeah, there's no articulation on this particular sculpt. You're going to have to wait until you get the Wave 1 Sky Shadow for the fully sprayed open version of him in action. But yeah, here he's just taking a nap, a version of him that we've never actually seen prior to this. So it's a fun display piece, maybe not really necessary, but yeah, it's there. You also get more alternate heads for Monstar. Okay, 2 more to be exact. The first one here has got his hair billowing in a totally different direction. It's more spread out. And also, he appears to be a little bit more pissed here, as you can see. Yeah. And then, you get the version of him that's just totally pissed, okay? You can see the light star in his eye patch. It's activated. It's bursting with energy. Monstar is about to transform into his fully armored mode. That's right, okay? We're gonna have to use the Ramen Toy Armored Monstar mode here, okay? Now, this version of Monstar was actually released last year. Very limited edition release, okay? Fantastic rendition of Monstar, fully armored up. And this was actually partnered up with Super 7 as well. So technically, this version of the sculpt does belong in the Super 7 universe. But we're just gonna have to wait a little while longer until we get Super 7's own version, okay, from Wave 1, which is supposed to be, I think, much bigger than this, all right? So, but yeah, fantastic to see both of these guys side by side like this. And you know what, guys? This is just a fantastic addition to your whole collection, okay? Let me know in the comment section if you're a fan of Silverhawks, if you're planning to pick up any of these figures from Super 7, any of the Ultimates, if you've already picked up the Limbo Mob Kingpin version, the pre-transformation version of Monstar. Hit me up in the comments, let me know, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Thank you, and take care out there.